This video I'm going to talk about energy flow in ecosystems. All life on Earth obviously derives its energy ultimately from the sun. Most organisms depend on the activity of photosynthetic organisms to get that energy. Primary productivity is going to be the rate at which organic material is produced by photosynthetic organisms. We studied this in photosynthesis, and so basically what we're talking about when we talk about this organic material is glucose. This amount and this rate at which this glucose is created determines the amount of energy available in an entire ecosystem. Producers are going to be the organisms that first capture that energy. These are going to be things like plants, cyanobacteria, algae. Another term that we have used already to discuss producers are autotrophs. And again, they make that energy via photosynthesis. And then consumers are going to be all organisms that consume others to get energy. We have also in the past called these heterotrophs. Trophic levels. And again, thinking about that troph from autotroph and heterotroph sort of reminds us of how you get your food. And so trophic levels can be thinking about like basically where you are in a food chain, sort of. Trophic levels are going to be a specific level assigned to an organism describing their place in the flow of energy through an ecosystem. The path that this energy flows through is called a food chain. So we already talked about producers. Primary consumers, also called herbivores, are going to be animals that eat plants and whatever other primary producers you have. Some examples here are cows, horses, and mice. Herbivores must be able to break down a plant's molecules into usable compounds, or else they wouldn't really be good herbivores, would they? Many primary consumers have a symbiotic relationship with microbes that help them break down cellulose, which is the tough polysaccharide in the cell walls of plants. Secondary consumers, or carnivores, in fact tertiary and secondary will be carnivores. These are animals that like to eat other animals. So these are going to be things like tigers, wolves, snakes, etc. Omnivores can be at this level. Omnivores will eat both plants and animals, so they are both herbivores and carnivores. So we, for example, are omnivores. Also, tertiary consumers are also carnivores. And so this is sort of a unique scenario where you have a carnivore that eats another carnivore. And very rarely do ecosystems have more than these 4 trophic levels. Detritivores are not located on this energy flow pyramid. However, a detritivore is going to be an organism that obtains their energy from waste and dead bodies that are produced at all trophic levels. So these organisms physically eat this dead organic material. So these are going to be things like earthworms. Decomposers, on the other hand, obtain their energy from waste and dead bodies, but they absorb waste. So these are going to be things like fungi and bacteria. But again, these organisms will consume from all trophic levels in this pyramid.